will be on NBC. Take a look at the schedule. Xfinity Series racing from Watkins Glen at CNBC. USA will be very prominent as far as the Sprint Cup Series, Xfinity Series, August 7th, August 13th, August 19th, and then Bristol back on NBCSN, August 20th. And thankful to David Reagan and Matt DiBenedetto for carrying the USA banners and colors on their cars. Appreciate that. As Joey Logano out on track now, and Joey Logano for a lap is 9th fastest. As far as 5 and 10 lap averages, he doesn't even fit into the top 10.
So I think it's interesting to watch. We talk about when they shift. Well, let's ride along with Joey Logano. See, he was much like Jeff Gordon, very, very late in the corner. He downshifts right before it's time to get back to the gas. It's so much interesting to see how much larger his steering wheel is than some other drivers. It's right up, almost at his line of sight. We'll see if he shifts to the tunnel corner. We've seen a lot of drivers stay in high gear. Joey Logano is another one that will choose to stay in 4th gear through the tunnel.
And you see it just completely different. He looks different in the car. You mentioned the steering wheel size, the angle at which he sits. You know, every driver, again, there's no right or wrong. It's about the driver being comfortable, being in the position that he wants to be in. Again, everybody shifts. What's interesting to me is everybody shifts about the same place on the front straightaway. You think with different engine combinations and all the different stuff, but they all shift about the same place. Like you said, it's really late shift, a lot like Jeff Gordon's.
It is. Casey Mears with the Geico Chevy.
Yeah, these guys are having a good day. They're 14th fastest. They putting a good run in. This is what this team needs. They need solid top 20 runs. They need to find a way to. They had some bad luck lately. They've had some mechanical issues, and they can get through that and just lay down some solid finishes. It doesn't have to be 5th, 6th, 7th. They need some 18th, 16th, 14th just to get themselves stable, get themselves where they can be more consistent. But this team, they work really hard, they try really hard, put a lot of effort into it. Casey puts a lot of effort into it. Honestly, it is a little more of an underfunded team, but they sure try hard.
A lot of work taking place with that team. Parker.
Hey Rick, I actually wanted to show you guys what exactly we're talking about when we talk about the track changing, especially the temperature in the track. Now earlier, about 2-3 minutes ago, the track was actually at 104.5 degrees. How do I know that? Because Wood Brothers and Ford actually have a computer that sends them that information back to their pit box and puts it there. But I'm going to show you guys the old-fashioned way we used to do this track temp, and that's using this gun right here that the 21 team has been nice enough to let me use. So if I point it down, I'm actually going to shoot it at the ground there, and now we're showing 100.5. So just in a couple minutes, we're now up to 100. We've seen a 4-degree fluctuation in the track, and that's from the cloud cover, from the obviously the cloud cover from the track just kind of going through its natural cycles, and that can affect the race cars in so many ways. So this is a little bit of that info on what we mean when that track is changing so much.
Parker went old school on us there.
He did go old school, but that's now we did it forever.
That's right.
Now we have these. Now the teams have these really expensive pieces that shoot down onto the asphalt. They pick a place, and it gives all the information to all the teams. It's for a couple years or for a couple months, they set them up on top of the trailer, and NASCAR didn't like that very much. They didn't think that was cool. So.
Well, somebody who has been cool over the past few weeks has been TRD and Toyota, specifically Joe Gibbs Racing, as well as Martin Truex Jr., part of that alliance. Toyota, 10 Sprint Cup Series wins in the 2016 season. Denny Hamlin won the big one. Daytona 500, Martin Truex Jr. led almost every lap of the Coca-Cola 600. Ricciard as well, won by Kyle Busch, Loudon Indy, leading 95.1% of the laps. That is domination.
I just round that up, say most. Most of the laps.
That's a pretty good number, most.
I would argue that if the Team Penske Fords didn't get on an off strategy in Indianapolis, and those 22 laps you see there for Ford may be 1 or 2 laps, and the domination would be even more impressive.
And one of the guys who's contributing to that win total, Carl Edwards. And, as Parker was talking about the advances in technology, these teams have so many ways of understanding exactly where they stand. You look at the speed charts right now, you see that Carl Edwards is second on the speed chart. Of course, they've also got Lap Tracker to see exactly where they match up. But maybe the eyeball test is usually the most reliable. Here's what Carl has to say about the guy he's trying to beat on Sunday.
He said you're tracking the 11. The sport car is bad to the bone. He ran a 51.13, 51.40, and a 51.25. He's the best by far. His best would be Logano, probably. We're 10th off him.
And that was crew chief Dave Rogers explaining to Carl exactly how fast his competition is. And there's a couple of guys, obviously, they've got their eyes on. One being Kevin Harvick. As for an update on the 4-car, Harvick said he feels extremely good. In fact, he used the word great in turns 1 and 3. They're still working on the center off turn 2.
Rick, I know this is simple, and fans used to get so mad when I would say this, but remember, this is a contest of speed. I don't care how comfortable my driver is. If we can run faster, like Kevin Harvick is right here, than the majority of the field, that's the goal. I really don't care if Kevin Harvick loves his race car, and to be honest, Kevin Harvick won't care either when he sees how fast the lap times are. All he needs is something he can drive all day long within reason, and looking for speed. In a place like Pocono, you can find speed many different ways.
Kevin Harvick not only has the fastest 1-lap speed, but he also has the fastest 5-lap average. So Kevin Harvick is figuring it out. He'll be competing against those Toyotas here at Pocono, a very beautiful area. Lake Harmony, the waterfalls, the bubbling brooks around the track area. We'll be back with more practice after this.